Hey guys, PepperAmmy here. This week we are making not one but two cheeses, and these are super simple cheeses as well, as all you will need is some full fat yogurt and some salt. Now cheese number one is probably the most simple cheese that I've ever made, and that is Labneh. I hope I'm saying that right. And all you'll need for this is 500 grams of natural yogurt, full fat, with some salt, and optionally some dried mint. Now to start, you want to sterilise your cheesecloth in boiling water and then line a colander or a sieve. Combine 500 ml of your yogurt with 1 teaspoon of salt, I'm of course using Cornish sea salt, and optionally 1 teaspoon of mint. Now I do really honestly recommend adding the mint as it just ties it all together, and it really does work well with this. Then once that is all mixed up, pour it into your cheesecloth. Optionally taste, yep, that is salty minty yogurt, and then place over a bowl for 20 to 48 hours at room temperature. Now I did say this was simple, I didn't say it was going to be quick, but the longer you leave it, the thicker and drier it will become. Now at the 12-hour stage, I just thought I'd check on this before I go to work in the morning. It's quite thick and would make a nice spread. Now I'm back from work, we're roughly at the 24-hour mark, and it's getting really thick and starting to get firm enough to shape. Now at the 36-hour mark, this is where I personally am calling it, as I started with a thicker yogurt to begin with. Now this is thick and firm, so I'm going to be moving it to the fridge for the final 12 hours and letting it sit in a bowl while it's not draining. Then once chilled, either place in a tub and use as a spread or a dip, or take small amounts in your hands and shape it into balls and then cover in oil. Now once these are fully submerged in oil, they should keep in the oil for at least a few weeks, possibly even up to a couple of months, as no oxygen can get into them. Now moving on to cheese number two. For this you want around 1 kilogram of plain natural yogurt. Now this one is super simple too, and it's called Shanklish, I think. Either way, it's probably going to be on the screen, or it's going to be in the title of the video anyway. But to start, you want to put your cheesecloth in boiling water once again, and then place your yogurt into a pan and gently heat until the whey starts to separate out. Now you want to keep it around this temperature as the whey starts to separate out for 15 minutes. Now if you have a lid, you can remove it from the heat and just cover it and let it sit. That did the trick for me. If you don't have a lid for your pan, then you are just going to have to stay there and keep stirring it until it is nice, fully warmed, and the whey is really starting to separate out. Now after the 15 minutes, you should have a nice clear separation, and then pour the warm yogurt through your cheesecloth and let drain. Now as this has been heated, the yogurt has thinned, the whey has separated out, and the whey is going to drain a lot faster, which means a much shorter time than the previous cheeses. 24 to 48 hours is down to a nice 1 to 4 hours. Now whilst drying, you want to of course keep checking on the cheese, as it will dry fast on the outsides, so you want to remember to check on it and mix the cheese for nice even drying. Then once dry and firm enough to shape into a ball, you can either coat it with a mixture of herbs of your choice, but you can really coat it in anything you do fancy, or you can leave it plain and enjoy as it is. Now this is going to be a little bit more acidic than the previous cheese, as you have removed the whey as well. And there you have it, two super simple, easy to make cheeses from yogurt. No faffing about with citric acids or lemons or rennet, just yogurt, salt and spices. And that wraps up this week's video. So as always, if you like what you saw, let me know down below with a like and a comment. If you are indeed new here, feel free to subscribe for free weekly cooking content, and I will see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.